On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, it is episode 200, and boy, do we have a show for you. We have guests up the wazoo. I mean, we have all sorts of people dropping in to be part of the celebration, including some guests we haven't seen in a very long time. So it is a great time. Lots of fun, brews to be had, laughs, all sorts of stories. There are going to be secrets revealed, bombshells dropped. I mean, there's a couple of breaking news things that we get to hear first on this show. Seriously, it's a great celebration of everything we've been through on this crazy ride of a podcast, and we're glad you're here, because when you're here, it makes the show all that much better. So, as I get to always say, you're in a good place. Welcome to episode 200. We're glad you're here.
It's Howard Blues and V. Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, pull up a seat, enjoy time with friends.
Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks. Okay? Come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that somehow made it to episode 200. That's right. There's over 200 hours of content we have provided you, and we are celebrating with a 2-hour special. There's a lot of twos in this episode, and it's going to be good. We got a packed house. I am your host, the living embodiment of Charlie Brown, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark Kidder. Kidder, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm just living my best life out here. Happy to make it through all of these, and I really don't know how we've made it to this point either.
Lots of alcohol.
Yeah, a whole fridge worth every week. That sounds terrible.
It does. Yeah. And Kidder, we are celebrating episode 200, and we, as I said, have a packed house. So let's start introducing these. Otherwise, we're going to be here forever. And I'm just going to go in the order in which people join this call.
I was just going to say, should we do what's on tap with the introduction? So then it's like a twofer and we can drink while we're doing it?
What a novel idea. Why did it take us 200 episodes to think of this? So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to everybody's favorite segment of the show, and that is What's on Tap. And starting it off, he's the person who showed up here first. He brought balloons. It's the guy who's here almost every week, and we probably should just promote him to a co-host at this point. But it is the Triple B Brewmaster, the local geek. Eric, how you doing tonight?
Hey guys, not too bad tonight. Congratulations on 200 episodes. It's been fun joining you for a pretty good portion of those. Tonight I have mixed myself an old-fashioned. It's using a Collins brand smoked old-fashioned mix that Kidder loves because it has cherry in it. And then I mixed it with some whiskey that a friend brought me from Oregon called Whippersnapper. There's a lot of text on there, so I'm not going to read all of it, but it's a blended whiskey. It's 84 proof, and it's from Oregon. I think I mentioned that. And it's pretty tasty old-fashioned.
All right. Good. Glad somebody's starting it on the hard side.
Whoa. Phrase.
I don't know. The best thing to come up with. Anyway, joining us next and probably leaving us first because the guy's, has to get up early in the morning, but he still made it to episode 200. And hey, he was here last week. In fact, we were live from his place, but it is one Rudeboy Kyle. Kyle, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. Happy 200 to you guys and the show. So glad to be here. Starting off with the Camp Sandy Shore Lemon. So cheers to 200.
Woo! We'll do that one too there, Rude Boy.
That's delicious.
Yeah. Where's that one come from? We had it last week though, didn't we?
I think Derek had this earlier, but it's from the Toppling Goliath Brewing Company. The The lemon is not sweet, but it's just right. Doesn't punch you with a sour or anything, but it's a good change up from other shandies, and good for a nice hot summer day once those weather days
It
get
would
here.
taste a lot better if it was 100 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that.
Still enjoyable though.
3.1.
Yeah, 3.5.
Next to join us, and hey, he's making only his third appearance on the show. That's right. We didn't scare him off the last time he recorded with us, and he's back. But it is the Doc. So, Curtis, how you doing this evening?
Doing well. I did not know actually until I got here that it was the 200th episode. So that's amazing. I am starting, as I have decided to do, with something I've never tried before. It is the Arizona Premium Spiked Hard Fruit Punch. I fully expect it to be terrible, but
Was it 99 cents?
Hopes are high.
it doesn't taste like anything. It's like water with like a little hint of tea.
Not fruity enough.
Was it 99 cents?
It was not.
Okay.
It probably should have been, but
Also disappointing. What rating would you give it?
like a 2. Only because it is still drinkable. Like if it was not drinkable, then
I like it.
Room for improvement.
All right. Also joining us for like the third week in a row, which is great because he had kind of a long absence before that. But brother Niko is back. Oh,
Hello, everyone, and congratulations on 200. Glad to be here yet again. So, today I am also starting off with the hard stuff. So I am trying for the first time here, Blue Spot, pot stilled Irish whiskey, aged minimum of 7 years. And not only bourbon barrels, but also sherry butts and Madeira casks. So I am very much looking forward to it. So get right in so we don't take up ages. It's very sweet. Apple, maybe a little baked apple, typical pot still. Not getting terrible much sugar cookie or anything that's typical of an Irish. Very light, like I said, very sweet, fruity, which could certainly be from the sherry butts. All right, let's give this a go. Oh my. It's very good. Definitely the mixed fruits still come through. No smokiness, not that I expected anything like that from this. Have to go back in. Coats the palate nicely. Long finish. Very well balanced, I would say. And coming in at, oh boy, I don't even know the ABV on this bad boy. 58.9%. Slightly hot as one might think. So overall, very good. So I am pleased I got this for my birthday almost a year ago. Anyways, I'm done.
I was going to ask if there's any menage a trois on those sherry butts over there.
Oh, I don't know. It's very possible. Very possible.
all right. Well, and also joining us, the last of our guests, but hey, this is an important one because it has been 100 episodes since he was last on the show, and that is one Clinton Cunanan. Clinton, how you doing this evening?
I'm good. I still have this on. Okay. I'm not sure why I crossed out a 0 and put a 2 there originally. but I've crossed out the 1 and made it a 2. So congratulations on 200 again.
I love it. 2002. we might get there in some universe.
Right. Yeah, right. That'd be cool to go back then. But I don't think that would be cool to go back then. I also forgot how much you guys really enjoy drinking and how much I enjoy listening to you guys describe your drinks. But I am still dry, and I'm not drinking with you fellas this evening. But
Hey, you can have a sparkling water or maybe a Coca-Cola or whatever floats your boat. We used to say, pull up a cold beverage. Doesn't have to have alcohol in it.
no, I'm in the middle of an impromptu date night with my wife, so I just wanted to come on and say congratulations to you guys for making 200. It's very hard to do. Just try and go to the gym 200 weeks in a row. That's what I would equate this to, because you guys do a ton of heavy lifting. It's a lot of getting stuff there, and the heavy lifting, I'm talking like, 6, 12 ounces at a time, boys. So
Did we have like a 24 ouncer a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Thank you for inviting us all on your date, I guess.
Yes.
it was absolutely my pleasure. I mean, Kidder, I've been a big fan of yours for years, man. And it's great to see guys still doing the thing. I know how hard it is to try and accomplish something, but 200 episodes is it's insanity, man. Like, I listen to talk shows in the morning or something like on Sirius XM, and they're like, we've done 400 episodes. I'm like, that's a lot, but to get to 400, you got to do 200, and you guys are halfway there. So keep going. And if I can come back and hang out with you guys again, I absolutely will. But congratulations again.
Well, you're welcome anytime. And love to, we'll just, you know what? We'll add you to the list, and then you can just put it into your junk folder, so then you don't have to, like, I didn't get it. I don't know what happened.
Nah.
But
I was waiting on the link. I was like, he said it was going to be 9. Then I find out that you're late getting to the party.
Yeah. Hey, here's the thing. I was doing some terrestrial radio, and there were coworkers there, which normally I don't have to deal with the coworkers, so I can just slide in and slide out. And they're like,
hey, what's going on? How you been? How you been, Kidder? What's going on?
I'm like, yep, they're waiting on me. Like,
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. You good? What's new? What's new? You playing that hard rock stuff? Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, your style is a little bit different than mine. So yeah.
And I'm like, yes. Thank you. I gotta go now. I'd love to stay and chat, but I have other things, which brings me to my next point, because I'm pretty sure that I know, but what year was your first single released to radio?
First single?
2012, right?
2012. Yeah.
Okay, so that makes it officially classic rock, and that means that you and I can work on getting it into the library so that I can start playing it again.
Nice. All right, man. That's I just got to be old to be classic rock.
Have a song 10 years or older.
Oh, like, perfect. We're in there.
What?
Yeah.
How long has this song been out? You start
a lot of
playing stuff.
Kesha's classic rock now too. Then,
well, classic top 40.
For sure.
Yeah. How does that make you feel, Clinton? You now getting compared to Kesha.
I didn't compare him to Kesha. I'm just saying they're in the same club.
That would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
Where is the missus, by the way? Since we're taking up your time, she's over there.
If you see that light in that room, she's in there waiting. I don't know what she's doing waiting on me, but she's waiting there.
Oh.
I know that I cannot keep her waiting too much longer and enjoy
Blink twice if you're
building a Lego
safe place. Blink only once if you need us to call the authorities.
I'm good.
Okay, so there it is. All right, just gonna pull up one of these here. Now we're good. No, you're welcome anytime. And since we have you on a very, very limited and Rudeboy's on also a limited time here on loan tonight, updates from you, updates from the band, of course, another lost year, anything, you out on the road, what are you doing?
Yeah. So I'll be going out on tour with Blacklite District in February. We just did a super huge deal. One of the largest independent catalog buy deals that we've known of. So it was pretty cool to be a part of that. That's been really awesome. And then fun fact that nobody knows that I'll say here for the first time is that actually next Friday, the first song that we'll release in a couple years comes out everywhere. I just got back Monday from recording several new songs in North Carolina while working on another project at the same time. So there is hopes that there'll be a new album out late second quarter. That's what we're looking at.
Nice.
You hear it first. Nobody else knows that.
I love it. Hey, we'll share it, when this episode goes live, and we'll hashtag you and all the social media things so that you can get another 3 clicks.
Oh, perfect. Well, hey, again, congratulations. It's an honor to know you guys, and it truly is cool when you guys ask me to come on. So thank you again, and congratulations, fellas.
Thanks, man. Take care. Put me on your pre-order list.
All right. See you guys.
See you soon.
Bye.
See you, Clint.
There he goes. All right. That guy's been up and down this country, all over the place, here and there, and even overseas as a veteran of the United States of America. So big thanks to him for his service, not only for a country, but the rock world as well. All right. Now there are 6. Rude Boy, what do you got going on over there?
Not a whole lot. Easing into a new schedule at work, and young man turns 9 months old tomorrow. So yeah, it's
All right.
It's been it feels like it's been an eternity since he was born, but being a new dad is it's gone by like that. It's a trip.
It's eternity and pretty quick at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, they say the days go by extremely slow and the years go by extremely fast. So loving every day as much as I can, and yeah, going good.
Well, that's great to hear.
Turn that dial all the way.
And hey, as we have already lost one guest from the show because they had to run, but don't worry, we've already got a replacement. Who knew we had people on deck? But making his return to the show, it is none other than the Midnight Rocker. So welcome back to the show, Tate. How are you doing tonight?
Oh no, he's muted.
Oh, good. Hey,
Oh, no.
doing good. How about you guys?
We're better now that we can hear you. Yeah. The marvels of technology. This is
Right?
every day. I see you've upgraded your flat screen TV and lots of LED lighting behind you. That's very good.
Yeah.
Look sharp.
You guys look sharp.
Thanks. I don't know what to say to that.
That's what she told me.
We try not to play with sharp items on this show. Fingers were nearly
Howard's already
lost at one
stabbed
point.
himself.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun episode.
Howard stabbed himself. He's glued himself. He's beard himself. Like he's got everything.
I mean, I have a nickname to live up to. You know, that whole living embodiment of Charlie Brown. In fact, I got a new one, Kidder, for you. Here's another great example of why I have that nickname. So my wife has been basically out sick, quarantined in our bedroom, and I've been trying to take care of the kids and her and all of that, and been sleeping on a couch, not getting a lot of sleep. So yesterday, when I picked little Miss up from daycare, she's getting in her car seat. She finds a fruit snack in her car seat, immediately starts to eat it, realizes it's bad, starts to cry, then proceeds to puke all over her poncho that we wear him in.
No.
So it's like, great. So we get home. I get the kids taken care of, get them fed, get them to bed, get my wife taken care of. I'm like, okay, I got to take care of this poncho because I got to take her to daycare tomorrow. I need it clean so that we can do this. So I throw that in. I just scoop up all of the kids' clothes from the laundry room, throw all of that into the wash. I'm like, great, start it, go. Proceed to forget about it until 10:40 last night as I'm tucking myself into the couch. I'm like, I forgot to switch it over to the dryer. Go down, open up the washing machine, start pulling clothes out, and this white powdery stuff appears everywhere. What I didn't realize was that in my kid's pile of clothes on the bathroom floor was one of my daughter's pull-ups that I proceeded to wash, and it then exploded over everything. So at 10:50 last night, I was rinsing off all of this white crap off of the clothes so I could throw it in the dryer. That's how, I have this nickname. So
I think you should have taken a sick day today and said, screw it. Staying home with the kids.
I would have, except I had something that was on a very pressing deadline. So it was kind of like I had to go. And even then, situations happened and I left work at about 1:00. So, yeah. So, anyway. But, Tate, we've already done What's on Tap, except for myself, because I got skipped. It's okay. So what are you drinking this evening?
Sorry.
So I got some loon juice. This one is pineapple haze. This is probably my favorite. It's a cider. Let's see, where is it from? Doesn't say much on here. Doesn't even say. I think it's actually from Minnesota. Spring Valley, Minnesota is where it's from.
And you said it's balloon juice?
Loon, like duck.
Oh, a bird.
Yeah, loon juice.
I don't know how they're making these drinks these days.
I don't know how you juice a duck either.
Loons and balloons.
It's like prison juice.
With a hint of pineapple.
Yeah, it tastes
the
amazing.
pineapples, you don't have to ask what it is.
They have it like certain places will have it on tap, and that's having it on tap is amazing.
Nice. What flavor did you say you have?
This one's pineapple.
Nice.
Yeah, they have blueberry. They got like 15 other different flavors all over and stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, this is my go-to. Pretty much just tastes exactly like pineapple juice, like, from the grocery store, but just a little bit of kick of booze in there.
Well, next time I run down through the Minneapolis way, I'm going to have to look for that.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good.
It's definitely a favorite for a lot of people.
I'll be there in March, Kidder. I'll see if I can look for it while I'm there.
All right.
Just hit up total wine.
And more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Howard, what are you having?
I because I am parent in charge, basically threw off all of my plans to maybe like go get something special or bring back If You Know.
Bud Light special. Don't worry about it, Howard.
No, it's okay because I always keep something pretty heavy in my fridge for these nights because I know I can pretty much only have one. So I am having here, and I was trying to see who the makers of this is. This is from the New Holland Brewing Co. This is the legendary Dragons.
Ooh.
Bourbon barrel aged stout, 11% APV. On here it says, throughout the ages, dragon's milk has been a term used to describe potent ales that were bestowed in celebration at the end of a journey. Our signature stout carries on that tradition today. Roasted malt delivers notes of coffee and chocolate married with sweet undertones of vanilla and oak from a 3-month stay in bourbon barrels to create a truly legendary blend of flavor. So,
Well, Mark, you better crack that one open with him.
yeah,
Trying to do the old Vanna White display here, but of course, kind of works.
It ain't focusing.
Yeah.
it's got a really nice vanilla coffee smell to it. Well, that's nice.
I'm sorry I missed it. Did you say the ABV on that? It's pretty hefty, right?
It's 11%.
Okay. I was thinking.
If I'm only drinking one, I'm going to make it a good one. And so that's
Yeah, lots of vanilla and chocolatey notes right off the top.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to
Cheers,
say, yeah,
gents.
mine is 8% on this pineapple.
Wow.
Pretty good for a cider.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's chocolatey.
Yeah,
Dark.
It's got that nice bitter coffee kind of note to it. That's good. That's something worth sipping on for an entire 2-hour episode. So, it's good. It's all good.
I'll be done in about 10 minutes.
Need to get a koozie on that, Howard. Keep her chilled. Oh, you do. There we go. There you go.
The Charlie Brown koozie.
I love it.
Listen, I go hard into the nickname,
So I do have to share, before we really go on a couple different topics, that I've got some bad news. Unfortunately. 2 pieces. First of all, Bismarck Brewing has closed as of today. Aleworks is still open, but apparently Bismarck Brewing is no longer in operation. I don't know if they're transitioning to a new owner, if they have completely shut down the restaurant operation side of things, as in the tasting area, or if it's just done. But dudes, the stuff we had a couple weeks ago might be the end of it. So there's that.
I was going to say, our review of their tractor beer clearly did them no favors.
Yeah, that must have been what it was. Everybody saw it and went, yeah, somebody can drive the tractor straight through their business because they're done.
I saw that Facebook post too, Kidder, and one of the commissioners commented on it and said that they let their license expire, so that's why they're closed. But he didn't elaborate on if it was intentional or if they just forgot to renew it.
Yeah. Well, if they forgot, that's pretty stupid on their part, I have to say.
Right? It's kind of an important piece of paper for a brewery.
Yes. Yes.
Really the only important piece of paper.
Yeah. So there's that. We'll see. That's something that you can stick to 3 weeks after the fact, right here on the Triple B. We'll keep you less than updated.
Hey, we're the most relevant podcast on the internet.
That is very true. And speaking of relevance, something that happened about 2 hours ago, and I'm still fuming. This is hockey news now. The Colorado Avalanche have traded Mikko Rantanen to the Carolina Hurricanes.
Ooh.
Damn.
Now that's the Blackhawks facilitated this trade as well. So
Yeah, because I saw that the Hawks traded someone for their own draft pick back to the Hurricanes. So. Taylor Hall.
So the Avs end up receiving Martin Necas, Jack Drury, a 25 second round pick, and a 26 fourth round pick, all for Mikko Rantanen. Now, I get on one hand because his contract is up and there's no way the Avs can pay for him with the current contract limit, the cap limit. However, he's quite the player and makes quite the team, cohesiveness. So that's a bit of depressing news. Starting off the pieces there.
Why you got
I'm gonna
to
hop in here quick because my round 2. Well, we're kind of close to the what's on tap section. I picked up a Shell's peanut butter chocolate from the old liquor store today. Not a lot of text on here, but it's a 6%er. It's from the August Shell Brewing Company. And it has a ton of peanut butter flavor to it. It's really good. That's probably my favorite peanut butter I've had.
Wow.
I'm gonna give that like a 4.8.
I forgot to rate this. This is this is pretty dark and chocolatey. I mean, JS is gonna love this. 3.4.
I'd give it a solid 4.2. It's no cold smoke, but it's pretty good. So, hey, Kidder, do you want some more bad news?
No.
And only you're the only one who's going to find it to be bad news. I think local geek's going to cheer because hey, Kidder, I found the book. That's right.
Yes.
It's been a while, folks. It's the return of the most requested segment on this show, and that is Dad Jokes of the Week. So
I keep meaning to bring mine down here and put it by my desk. It's upstairs in our bedroom, so I don't want to wake my wife up to go get it. But I'm pretty sure that's where Rudeboy just disappeared to get his copy of.
yeah. We were on a roll of doing this every week, and then I lost the book for a while, so we haven't done a Dad Joke of the Week segment for a bit, and it was sad because the last time that we did it, I caught one of the next jokes. I'm like, well, that's an interesting one, and we'll cover it next week. And now it's been like 20-some episodes since we did Dad Jokes of the Week. So,
only 6 months ago. Super relevant.
Yeah, I don't even remember which one. And also, for those who maybe haven't tuned in, this book every now and then has tends to have at least one really dark joke in it. So we'll see. Here we go.
You want to do it now? You got a dark one to go with the dark beer?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't read these yet. So this is on the fly.
Standing by.
Yeah. My wife dumped me the other day. Said I didn't listen to her. Or something like that. What does every Tickle Me Elmo get before leaving the factory?
2 testicles.
Yep, 2 testicles.
2 testicles, folks.
Yep.
No foul language used here tonight.
Yeah, but no, this is family show. Family show.
JS isn't joined yet, so.
Why is there a music from the printer? Maybe the paper is jamming.
I didn't say paper jam when there is no paper jam.
What's the dumbest animal in the jungle? A polar bear.
But what's he doing there?
Yeah. So, there you go.
Good Lord.
Bookmark that page.
You want some good news?
I've got dad jokes too.
That's not the news I was gonna go for.
do you want to share a few there, Rude Boy?
I didn't want to cut off Mark's good news, but go ahead with Mark.
Michigan State Hockey has beat the Golden Gophers 9-3.
Ooh.
Excellent news.
All right, go ahead, Rude Boy. You gotta rip one out of there.
How do billboards communicate? Sign language. There you go. Oh, let's see. Libraries are just too strict. They always go by the books. What does a thesaurus eat for breakfast? A synonym roll. And going along the food for thought, it's my son threw a milk carton at me. How dare he?
Dairy. Not drunk enough for this. Have not had enough alcohol.
Hey, Kidder, you need to like queue up some sound effects in the future. You know, like a laugh track and a rim shot.
I got us covered.
They'll be added in post.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one that's right up Kidder's alley. I don't remember if I said it on the show before or not, and it's a little out of season now that Christmas has passed. But Chad Kruger from Nickelback, he's got a hobby of appearing in live nativities, and he's played just about everything. He's been Mary, he's been Joseph, he's been Jesus, even a donkey one time, but he's never made it as a wise man.
Yep. Chad Kruger never made it as a wise man.
Hey, Kidder.
Yeah.
You want some more good news?
I'm still here. Let's hit it.
I got gifted this at Christmas time.
Oh, for fuck's sake. And speaking of JS joins the call. There he is.
Looks like he's live from the new shop.
You know, when swearing comes to town, JS hits it. That looks good.
So I'm going to start texturing here in a few minutes. So I'm going to set this thing up in the ring light and let it go.
I love it, even though he sounds like he's broadcasting through a potato.
Yeah. I'll be able to hear you guys, but I'm going to mute mine so you don't get all the background noise. So, yeah.
Congratulations on the new building, the almost completion, and for being the Triple B's most swearingest host.
Yes. I'm glad I took the title.
At least that, whatever Howard names you.
I'm glad that I can put in the efforts for future Howard so we can keep him employed.
One of these days you're gonna have to start paying him.
I've got
Quarter in the jar.
Your payment is still sitting underneath our Christmas tree that we have not taken down yet.
Yeah, you'll get it to me at some point. And since JS, you just missed out on one of your favorite segments. We were just doing dad jokes of the week because I found the book.
Oh, we finally brought it back.
Yeah, I found the book. It's great. So
yeah.
I'll leave you with one last parting one out of the new book because it's fun to torture Kidder. Did you hear about the stormtrooper who couldn't see out of his helmet? He didn't know what he was missing. Look forward to more dad jokes of the week in future episodes. It's back. At least until I lose the book again.
I love it.
Sneak into your house and the thing's going to be hidden.
Ooh, getting fancy. We got the ring light on.
Oh, yes, nothing but the best. Oh, this is going to be good. I mean, the walls turned out really nice.
The wife did a pretty darn good job on the crazy walls that she painted. So,
and with Doc here, I mean, it's only been what, 3 weeks since you were here now? About?
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty big transition there.
Yeah, it looks like a whole different space than when we last saw it. So it's awesome.
High enough to see me over those little walls. And I know I'm not very tall, but
we'll just start yelling, and if you don't answer within 5 minutes, we'll send a search party.
Oh, we'll get the bird's eye view here. We'll crank it way up in the air. Up all the knobs there. There we go. Can you still see me? I know I'm way down here, but
Oh man.
I can't resist to say this, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Triple B. Big D, the king of Munchkin Land.
I thought about saying this is how it looks like when I'm around him every day, but that's just really me.
Going to work.
hi ho, it's off to work we go. I hate this job right now, and I want to go to bed.
Camera like 5'6" off the ground, or what are we looking at here?
6. Wow, that's you're really giving me a lot of credit. It's like 4. It said like 4'8".
This is good.
Well, gents, I got to hit the hay tonight, but congratulations again on episode 200. Been awesome ride so far, and looking forward to the next time I can be here.
Thanks for joining us, Rude Boy, along the way, and thanks for helping to support this train wreck.
Of course.
we appreciate that. And if you want to be like Rude Boy over there and have your name emblazoned forever across the screen whenever we do live stuff, streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. Again, streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. Right on there, you can donate to the show. You can buy some sweet merch, like a pint glass or t-shirt or something like that if you want to help us, or just give us money. So thank you for that.
If you donate to us, we'll never let you go.
I mean, that's the system. That's you get caught in the system.
You guys have a good night. Cheers.
See you, Rude Boy.
Bye.
See you, Kyle.
And to go off of that, Niko, you'd have to be the system is down. Down.
Sugar.
Down. Of course, Doc remembers that one too, because that's a classic.
Indeed.
Well, so does Howard, and I'm pretty sure Local Geek remembers Strong Bad.
Oh, yeah. We did a lot of strong bad emails in our computer programming class.
I don't know what you're talking about, Local Geek. We were perfectly diligent students. Never got in trouble. Not ever.
Are you talking about in high school when
Yes.
we hit? Okay, yes. Have we told that on the show about your comment to when our teacher was going to be on vacation?
I think we have, but I think it was like way back in like an early episode.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So I'm surprised I didn't get in trouble for that one, truthfully. So for those who haven't heard this story before, the Local Geek, Kidder and I, we all were in a computer programming class together in high school. And the teacher, she wasn't terrible, but she was basically learning the material about a chapter or two ahead of us. So one of those, she wasn't always kind of the most helpful and that. But me, I don't know why I didn't really care for her, but I didn't. And I really didn't care at all because I was the new kid or one of the new kids and just, yeah. And she came in one day and was just going on and on and on about how for spring break, she was going on this great vacation, this great trip. And she finally said, yeah, I'm going on a cruise. And I couldn't help myself. And I just asked her and I just said, oh, Alaskan or Caribbean? And she goes, Caribbean. And I go, damn, no icebergs. And
Wow.
Yeah, I got away with that one.
She heard you. She heard you though.
Yeah, there was not quiet.
Okay.
I think it was because all of us laughed. Like the whole class laughed because we heard it. Because we all kind of felt the same about her. Like, all right, lady, you could kind of teach us, but you're not really teaching us.
Yeah. I think I also at one point switched her desktop wallpaper to it was after, but it was like the Titanic being sunk by Godzilla.
I was partially involved with that, giving him the you should go do this.
Poking the bear.
I mean, I guess it's better that than meat spin.
I mean, I wasn't like trying to get in trouble, but I really just didn't care. So she got off easy. She was I had the history teacher who I literally told off in the hallway one day. That one was I don't think I've told that story on this show.
No time like the present.
Yeah. So there was a teacher who taught at our high school, and I don't know how she still had a job. Somebody with a teaching degree, it's kind of sad that she did, because her Thursday curriculum was always to show Survivor, like the TV show Survivor. No actual like lesson plan or curriculum to this. She just showed Survivor because she liked Survivor. And I had her for summer school government, and she was terrible, just terrible. And people will get this. We went on a tour of the Capitol building, but as she didn't actually like set up a tour, so it was kind of like a guerrilla style tour.
Oh, jeez.
So we're standing out there on the mall looking at the building, and she goes, and I think she was trying to be cool, but she goes, "All right, this is the North Dakota Capitol building, the giant petrified penis of the plains." Like, seriously?
Yes.
You just said this?
Yes.
So she took us.
And it wasn't a college class.
No. She took us into the Capitol. As I said, this was guerrilla style tour, so she didn't have anything set up. We didn't have a tour guide, so she just kind of she knew the building enough to walk us on. And I can't remember if it was the Senate or the House chamber, but she took us into one, and it wasn't in session. You know, so you could see the seats, and there was the velvet rope partition keeping you from the seats. And she goes, "I think that you all should go sit in the seats and get a sense for what it, the power to sit in these seats." And and me and the band director's son who was in there are both like, "Nope, we're not doing this." And she goes, "Well, that'll affect your participation grade for this." So the two of us literally hopped over the rope, sat in like the nearest seats we could, go, "Oh, yep, so moving," and then quickly got back on the other side before we got in trouble. So she was a pretty terrible teacher. She had this assignment where we had to bring in somebody involved in government, local government, state government, just somebody in government. We had to interview them, write a paper, and then they had to come in and talk to the class. And I am not a native North Dakotan, and so the person that we brought in, she told us her hometown. She was a native North Dakotan. I did not know how to spell this city because I'm not from here, but we had to put in a rough draft. And then she was going to correct it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take my best guess at how this is spelled, and she'll correct it. And then I'll, so we get her notes back. I'm going to quickly see if I can find it. And has the name of the city in her handwriting. And I kid you not, I'm going to try and write this as best I can like she did. So give you a sec. So I got that on the paper. Right. But is that an R or a V?
Debatable, yeah. Baddock.
I'm not from here. I have learning that there's all sorts of weird foods like Nefla and Leshki. So for all I know, it looks like a V. So that's what I typed it up as I read it. I read it as a V. It's a weird name, but I'm not from here. I don't know. So she docked us like 50 points on our paper. When we got it back, it was me and the band director's son, because we were in a group together. we got docked. And I just wanted to ask, because we got docked on this whole, that we hadn't made any changes to our rough draft. So I raised my hand about this, and she goes, I know what you're going to ask, and proceeds to lecture the class about how you should not be so proud about your writing that you refuse to make changes from a rough draft. Just goes off on the whole class about this. The band director's son looks at me like, what the hell's going on? I show him, he looks at it, and after she put on the movie that we were watching, he went up and talked to her, and he got 25 points back. Because he explained, he's like, you do realize that, he's not from here, and that really does look like a V and not an R. You can't fault the guy for your crappy handwriting. So he won that back. So fast forward.
The Cowda school system. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So fast forward to that fall. I'm walking the halls, and this teacher proceeds to pass by me, and I don't think very highly of her, and I was going to keep my mouth shut and just walk by, but she says hello, and I just walk by her, and I hear her from behind me go, oh, so you're too cool to say hi, huh? And I turned around, and I unloaded. I just said, no, I think you're a terrible teacher. You should quit. You should retire. I don't think you're, I forget all what I said, but it was along those lines. I just told her that she was pretty much worthless and pointless, and I didn't feel the need to talk to her or associate with her. She's not my teacher anymore. My grade is in, and I don't really care. Some kid who was sitting there and his mouth is just dropped because I said this. I just walked around because I'm like, what are you going to do?
Send him back to South Dakota.
Yeah. I would have been fine with that. At that point, I was not the happiest teenager in high school because I didn't want to be here. So that was my take.
I had her as a teacher as well, and I concur. Overall, her teaching style was not that great. The one good thing I think that she did, which I think every teacher did, whether they were history or not, was I had her as 9/11 was happening, and that was on the TV.
Wheeled in the cart for you.
Yep. Yeah.
We were in a hoity-toity school, so we had them installed it up on the walls in each. Yeah. Hey, look, Jimi Hendrix has moved in. Jay, so you got Jimi Hendrix on your side over there.
I know. You guys will have to run the mute button because I cannot.
Okay. Can't reach it. Okay. Right.
Howard, your cue.
He's going.
I'm working on it, and he's silenced.
And he has been removed from the phone call.
No, we're getting great content down here. We can't remove him. This is why
what if
people
he gets
watch
pulled
this
over
show.
again in his office?
Yeah. The cops, police car is going to come busting through the back wall there. The lights on.
Like the Kool-Aid man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, no, you've been installing too many walls. Is that to code? I think you took out a load-bearing support beam. You need to replace that.
Do you have a permit for that?
Mm-hmm. Midnight Rocker, I know you haven't seen this episode yet because it's not out yet, but I know how much you, when you have tuned in, you like the fact that JS is always doing something while he does this.
Unrelated.
Yeah.
Last time we recorded, we actually got to watch him get pulled over.
No way.
It was pretty good. So in an episode, if you're watching this, hey, future Howard will make sure it shows up there. Yeah, there's an episode where you can enjoy JS getting pulled over.
Oh my God.
You never know what's going to happen when you tune into this show.
That's amazing.
And it was like right after he joined too.
Yep. So good times. So, Midnight Rocker, it has been a while since we've had you on the show. So, how is life? How is things? What you been up to?
Things are going good. Better. I was sick for like 20 some days. Like there's that bad flu going around the cities here. And anyways, feeling better last 2 days. Other than that, just been working on dipping back into music, kind of a thing. Been working on for like a year, but I was keeping it kind of a secret.
Oh.
So yeah. So this is like kind of the breaking news of it, but
Breaking news.
yeah, breaking news. So I got like a single that'll be coming out in probably a month or so.
Nice.
We're gonna put it through the distributors to go on Spotify, etc. So we're making, it's me and a buddy, we're making music that's gonna be DMC free. So you'll be able to use it for like all your like YouTube videos or TikTok and stuff like that. But we're making all kinds of genres, rock, doing metal. We have like a funk song, disco, EDM. So we're kind of just playing around. But I've been working on tons of. We have like 150 songs right now, but only 4 right now are going to get released. So that's what I've been doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, recently. So
Cool.
Work.
yeah.
I'll throw this out there because I happen to know that my co-host is not 100% thrilled with what we've used as the theme music for this show for like the last 2 years.
When have I ever talked? Are you talking about yourself in the third person here or what?
No. Listen.
I've never dogged the music. I just told Clinton that he should make us a theme because he's an international recording artist, and it would be cool to help us get into the mainstream. But I see where you're going here.
Yeah. I was gonna say I would make the same offer to the Midnight Rocker if he wanted to come up with an awesome theme for the Triple B. We would make sure that you're credited with it. But
For sure. Yeah, because actually made one that was for a friend that just kind of inspired me. And I wrote a song just based on them, just because it's just playing around. And that I even thought about you guys too. That came to my mind actually like 4 days ago. And I was like, I should write like a rock song for these guys, then they can use it. So it has crossed the mind for sure.
Well, if you ever decide to do it, just let us know.
Yeah,
but we
sure.
And I will say, it's not that Kidder like absolutely hates the theme song. It's just if he could get something good from someone like you or Clinton, he'd be much happier than the random generic track that I found.
Whoever made the song, I'm happy with the song. Please don't sue me, okay? I don't have any money.
Yeah, that's why it's so hard to find like good DMC free, music for creators, especially you can find tons of like like electronic songs, but like rock songs is really hard to come by. So that's why I was like, I want to do that just because I could never find like rock music that was free, to do. So that's why I'm gonna just keep pumping out songs, and I'll just anybody wants to use them for YouTube or TikTok or whatever, you can feel free to use them. So
yeah, I will say, as somebody who has used a lot of that kind of music for different projects here and there on this channel and such, length is a huge thing that I find. So many of the generic stuff that you do find, it's like, and it's 2 minutes, or it's 2.5, and it's like, do you know how many of those I need? Like, on my second channel, I do put music behind everything. So if I make an hour-long video, the number of tracks I need to cover that is just...
Yeah. There's so many sites that I've looked at too where they're, like minute and a half, 2 minutes. So we're striving for, these are like three to about 4. That's the average. Nothing under 2 minutes or 250. It's always gonna be 3 to 4. So that's exactly what you're saying is what we're shooting for. Like a regular song you'd hear on the radio where it's 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And then if you want to clip it, go for it. I don't care. Type of deal.
Yeah. Well, once you get them up, let me know because I'm always looking for decent stuff for stuff like that. And I have a folder for the Triple B, and unfortunately, a lot of the really good stuff I have, I've clipped and used for little segments here and there on the show. So sometimes we can't use the good ones.
It's actually me and a friend of mine that I met at a con, and he kind of talked me into it again. And then my Twitch community is like, I showed him a sample. They're like, yo, this is really good. You should, get it distributed and published out. And I was like, no, because I didn't do music for 11 years since Black Flame Paradise, I think it's 11 years. And then my community's like, yeah, put it out there. So like, I guess, well, kind of give it a shot. But yeah, so that's where we're going for it. Yes.
Nice. Well, that's exciting.
Is it on your Spotify channel, or will it be? Or
it'll be under like my name. It'll be under Midnight Rocker 101, and then it'll just be all kinds of different genres of music, pretty much. Maybe I'll separate them to where it'll be like rock album, and then it'll be like electronic. I don't know. I have to kind of figure it out how I want to do it.
Like Midnight Rocker 101, Midnight EDM 101.
Yeah. Yeah.
Midnight Smooth Jazz 101.
Smooth Jazz. I know we did a couple like lo-fi songs, nice and smooth ones. Like there's a couple electronic songs, metal. We got there's one I'm really proud of. That one could be like radio if it goes good.
Yeah, I'd say throw some lyrics to it and make it happen. But
it's already written. Lyrics on it, music's all done. It's just
wow.
Yep. We're just in the process of the distribution part of it. We're in the licensing to get it on Spotify or whatever, all that, and then try to send it to, like labels, whatever, if they want to pick it up or whatever, playlists, other playlists, Apple playlists, Spotify playlists. So it's kind of where we're at right now.
No, send me when you get that up and going, let me know and let me know where I can get it. Because
for sure,
I've also thought about, at times, do we put some music behind the Triple B, like kind of on the low side, but just in the background. So it has a little bit, cuts out some of those pauses. Kidder's just smiling and smirking over there. Like, look, if I don't have to cut out all the pauses, that would, do you know how much editing that would save?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd be down with it.
Yeah. So
get it done. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So cool. I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
Is anybody else out needing another drink?
Oh, I already moved on.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, what, Doc? What are you having?
I moved on. I lined up, I think, a whole sea of trouble here, but this one is the Arizona Premium Spike Beverage Hard Mucho Mango.
Premium.
And it literally tastes almost like the one I had before. It's like
terrible.
To it. I mean, it's 5%, ABV, so that's probably why even the alcohol doesn't even taste like anything. So I'm gonna stop being. At some point, I'm gonna stop being adventurous. I'm just like, no more, no more.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
also 99 cents?
If I was gonna give up, it would have been on the blueberry beer, and so if I made it through that, then
That was like 2010.
I remember that.
Does it not stick with you though? Does it not?
Wild blue or whatever.
That's the wild
called.
blue.
It's a memory, yes.
That's the one that I'm having.
Oh no, this
that's-
was the one that we're talking about was. I'm hoping that's much better.
A wheated blueberry ale, I think,
Yeah,
is what
that's
it would have been.
This one is Blake's Jam Session. 3-berry hard cider. Actually pretty decent though. 80% less sugar. 4 grams of sugar. 110 calories. Where's it from? Armorada, Michigan. Percent-wise, I don't know yet.
Is it as good as the Loon Juice pineapple?
4.5%. The pineapple one's better, I think. Yeah. I mean, this is still pretty good, though. First time I've had this one. Seen it all the time, and I was like, I need to try it, but...
Sounds refreshing either way.
Yeah.
So I'm looking online, and there are so many blueberry beers now, but I have not come across the one that we got stuck with.
They probably went bankrupt
anymore.
Yeah,
That was like the beta test version, and it didn't work out. So
I would hope that company went under with not only tricking us to that extent, but then sending us home with that. Because
to be fair, I don't know that we can blame the brewery because the liquor store is the one who set up the order. They're the ones who knowingly put it at table 9. So that
I think they were colluding.
Everything tastes good.
They were colluding. So I think this whole thing was a setup. I think it was a giant conspiracy. Everybody was involved except for us. I think it was terrible.
What happened?
History of Howard!
The quick of it is a bunch of us used to attend one of the local liquor stores. They would do wine tastings every month, and then like once a quarter they would do a beer tasting. And we went, and the thing was, you get like a little like shot glass amount of beer kind of at each table, and there's like usually 6 to 8 beers at a table. So the thing about it was, the further in you went, the better the beer tasted, because of course you're feeling it after a while. And so this one time we got to like table 9, and they had this blueberry beer, and it tasted amazing. And I think like 4 or 5 of us.
I got a 6-pack.
Yeah, we all
really good.
Yeah. We all bought a 6-pack, and then like the next time each of us went to drink that beer, we regretted it like instantly, because it was not good. And it's like, you clearly had to have 9 tables worth of beer first before you drank this.
No, I remember I texted Kidder and I was like, have you opened the blueberry beer? And when I tried one, he was like, no, I haven't yet. And I was like, I think I got a bad batch. And he's like, hold on. And he's like, no, I don't think you did. No.
That beer was so terrible. I brought one home and gave it to my dad because I was just trying to pot him off on everybody. And I like, up until I started doing this show, I would hear about it all the time. Like, if he came over and raided my beer fridge, he goes, you got beer in the fridge? I go, of course I got beer in the fridge. Is any of it that blueberry crap you brought that one time? I'm like, no.
No, Dad, that was 10 years ago.
Just lives on with everybody.
Yeah. Now he realizes that I have weird stuff in my fridge all the time, and yeah.
Had we been smart, we would have put that name of that beer somewhere in the history books that we could refer back to when needed. But it's not like the sangria jug. So,
well, I mean, I think to be fair, like the blueberry beer, I didn't want to commit it to memory because I wanted to forget it. The reality is I just can't forget it.
No matter how hard we try.
I mean, I just went to the extreme and just said no fruit and beer. I mean, that's, that was kind of the genesis of that. It's like, blueberry beer is awful. No fruit and beer. Let's keep it. Keep it pure.
Speaking of that, I've got a blueberry beer I'm going to bring to you before the next episode.
Is it called Wild Blue?
No, it's called Mini DNA.
That one's at least decent. I mean, it's
decent.
This year's the best batch of it so far. It tastes as close to the brewery as I've been able to make so far. So
I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. So
extra blueberries, huh?
No, there's actually a little bit less this year.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Anybody else need another beverage before I talk about mine?
Yeah, I got one here. I don't know if it's a mistake or not, but I went to the old fridge and grabbed one that Howard sent. So I grabbed the old Mickey's.
Nice.
Never had one before, so I don't know what I'm getting myself into here.
I haven't had one since high school, probably.
The last time I had a Mickey's in my fridge, my dad took it because he used to drink them in high school.
So I'm not quite sure what this is in the bottom of the lid, but it looks like it says something to 2 degrees, maybe.
We couldn't figure that out either last time.
I thought I was going to say, like, win a 20-ounce Pepsi or something.
I wish that they still did that.
Right?
It's not terrible. Certainly wouldn't be a go-to for me, but give it like a 2 out of 5. It tastes like a kind of a generic Pilsner.
That's a good lawn mowing beverage.
Yep.
It's like very basic, right?
It is. It's very basic. Yep.
Like, well, we're not the best, and we know it, but so we're going to just consistently make this garbage. It is what it is.
Sell it for tree fitty.
And in glass bottles, because it's classy. But not the regular bottles. It's got to be different. I don't know why they're from the South. Where do they make this at? Ireland? I don't know. It's a Mickey's. Slippy a Mickey? I don't know what. Local Geek, where is that crap made?
Sheboygan, New Jersey, probably.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Oh, okay. Close enough. It's a Jersey thing. Anybody else
working on this
drink?
scratchiness from when I swallowed wrong earlier too? So
right. I was asking if you were
didn't know
okay.
you had a drinking problem.
Yeah, problem drinking.
I would love to have a second one or a third one, but parent in charge. So
you need a water or a Mountain Dew?
I was regretting my not having brought a second beverage down here. So
gonna have to Bear Grylls it.
Well, time to drink your piss.
I'm not that drunk.
Well, we don't want you to get dehydrated, okay?
Do it the first time.
I'll be good. I'll be fine. I'll survive. We only got like 45 more minutes.
He says that like it's gonna go that well. All right. Anybody else need another beverage before I crack open this next thing?
You're building this up like you have something like amazing. So
no, Niko already tried this one after the show, I suppose, the next day or something. Or was it during the show? I don't even remember. It's 2 weeks ago already. But it's the caramel apple fandango.
That looks amazing.
It was after the show. That same
sounds really good.
For the price, it better be good.
Yeah, seriously. Fruited sour beer with beverage or malt beverage natural flavors. Yeah, so the can looks intriguing. It's very shiny. Has the caramel apples on there. This is brewed by Toppling Goliath Brewing Company in Decorah, Iowa at tgbrews.com. It is a 6.2% alcohol by volume, 12 fluid ounce can. This unique sour beer features rich caramel flavors balanced with the crisp, tart notes of fresh green apples. All of the flavor of a caramel apple, none of the stick. Unfiltered beer sediment is normal, brewed in beautiful Decorah, Iowa. Admire the can a little bit.
I can neither confirm nor deny that is a beautiful area.
Does it smell like
Smells like a fresh fertilized orchard.
Okay. Apples and manure.
And manure.
So right off the top, it's just like somebody dumped a like a caramel chews square into the drink. And then there's a little bit of the fake sour apple, and then cinnamon, a little bit of cinnamon, maybe. Too much cinnamon taste on there to be kind of like the apple for me. But as you get that ride down your tongue, the just a long sourness of the apple and a little bit of caramel there.
What's the rate on it? 1 through 10.
Oh, we do 5 unless you want to do the 10.
Either way.
For me, it would be more of a... Because this is going to be like a one and done. I couldn't drink 6 of these in a row, even with the alcohol content. So, I mean, it's a specialty beer, 3.4, 5, 5, 5, 6. It's like good and it's not good at the same time. It's hard to describe. Because I can't drink 12 of these in a row, but that's a good thing. But it's also not maybe as much of the Granny Smith apple and that caramel taste as I want.
I think you should drink 12 of them in a row.
Well, I only have this one. I'm going to have to go back to Iowa.
I mean, we can get Toppling Goliath here. You might be able to find it.
Maybe.
Although I will say all of the ones that I've tried that we can get here, I have not liked.
This 4-pack was like $15, so I don't know if I want to drink 12 of them.
I'm disappointed that you did not show up prepared.
Prepared for what? To end up on the floor or in a ditch somewhere?
To drink 12 in a row.
Oh.
Why are you not prepared for this?
Listen, I can drink 12 in a row. I have more. It's just not of this, okay? I'd love to share with you, but you're no longer here either. You're back out yonder.
Yes.
Come on. How are you ever going to beat my single show drink record at that, unless you really put the effort in, man?
Your single show drink record?
Yeah, I currently hold the record on the Triple B for most drinks in a single episode.
Is that because you count the shots?
Yes.
Well, shots are the equivalent to a beer.
Yep. Yeah.
Or a glass of wine.
I remember.
Listen, if we're gonna start doing shots, this show's gonna go downhill quick. Okay, like I will beat it.
I got you covered, man. I got you covered.
No, I don't want any of that garbage. Get that out of here.
Yeah, he wants Malort.
You know, I think I left that in Rude Boy's fridge.
It's probably already gone.
Because he filled it up.
It was in his bottle as a baby.
He has his own bottle down there, and he refilled it after he tried it. I'm like, no, this is not the point. I don't want it. Get rid of it. And I think I left the bottle down there because I don't remember it coming back up here.
What is the record?
It's 9 if I counted right. I was actually just looking at it on the spreadsheet.
There's a spreadsheet?
Oh yeah. We keep
technical.
stats on this thing.
Oh my god.
In fact, we have all of your previous drinks listed conveniently in the spreadsheet
Really?
by guest
Holy
and
smokes.
episode.
I remember
As in, Local Geek has it. We don't really have anything to do with it because he's the one who can do it.
Well, and it gets used because last time I was on, I know somebody was trying something new, and they were like, "Well, what did this person think of it like 20 episodes ago?" And he could pull it all up, and that way you don't have to remember.
Yeah. So I mean, we can go all the way back. We can see like in episode 1, Kidder had an old fashioned, and I drank a Mountain Dew Kickstarter. So
no cherry, so 10 out of 10.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, we have all of the drinks that we've had over the course, and then Local Geek has done some great things. Like we have a fun facts sheet, so it actually shows like drinks consumed. So up to date of wherever the last one that Local Geek has watched, Kidder has had 357 drinks consumed on the show. 328 of them have been alcoholic, 29 non-alcoholic. I've had 317. 272 of those have been alcoholic. 45 have been non-alcoholic. The guests combined have had 351, 320 alcoholic, 31 non-alcoholic. And then it breaks down kind of the total unique ones that were consumed, all of our unique guests. He's got...
You guys are kind of soaks, aren't you?
Yeah.
Apparently just me.
Yeah, he's got the episode with the most drinks, which was 155. That's the one that I have the record on, where we had 30 drinks over the course of that show amongst all the guests. And then, yeah, he has all the guests who have been on the show, so we can actually find Midnight Rocker. You have been on 6 episodes. You were on episodes 34, 80, 100, 105, 170, and 190.
And
so,
now 200.
But now 200. So
amazing. Wow. Incredible.
Yeah, he's even gone so far, if I can click over, drink representation, so we know like which state kind of we've drank from, the different companies represented, the number of times we've had them. So like you can see Anheuser-Busch has been on 31 times with all the episodes listed out.
That's a brewery 36 times.
Yeah. We can see the states.
Official brewery of Farva.
Yeah. The states we've been consuming beverages from, along with how many, and we can see the states that we are missing. So Minnesota is the most represented state, but we're still looking for like Alabama, Arkansas, Kansas, Maryland, Mississippi, New Mexico, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and West Virginia.
Is Boulevard from the Missouri side of Kansas City? That'd be an easy one for me to get next time. I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Boulevard is from Kansas City, Missouri.
Ah, okay. So that would not help. Never mind.
I didn't know if I would drink another one, so I had one down here, but that 11% hit me hard enough where I'm not. We even have, he went so far as to even keep the scores for IPA Appreciation Month.
Wow.
Good Lord.
And you notice I put a year on it so that we can do it again next year. This year now.
Hey.
Oh yes.
So, yeah.
How did my -4 still end up with an overall rating of 5.3? What kind of is that?
It's that new math.
It's like Canadian math or what?
Core.
No, it's that Common Core math that they teach in school now that none of us understand.
1 + 3 =
Actually
8.
math.
What?
That actually
does this
math
work?
like magic.
I mean, that
Yeah.
5.3 was a total, not an average. So
Oh, okay.
Did somebody give it a 10?
no, it was the highest was a 3.8. So that basically negated the 4, and then the other two scores added up to 5.3.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. Next time we'll have to make sure everybody gets the same. I think that's the first time we've actually shown. I was gonna say, first time we've actually shown the spreadsheet on the show.
It might be.
I think you guys are due for a dry month.
I didn't know you guys kept track of all that.
The local geek, he's the one who keeps track of all of it for us.
I'm just glad you didn't scroll down far enough to show where I have gotten lazy and not updated the cells to count properly in the drink representation.
There was a small stretch where I was doing it while I was editing, and then I'm like, I'll let a local geek do it. So I made a few entries in at one point, but majority has been him. So
I've thought about catching it back up since I've been on practically every episode so that I can just update it live.
You could.
But to do that, I need to add in the episode that we're currently doing and then catch up to the missing episodes in between, and that just gets messy to insert the cells in. And
however you would love to do it, local geek, we appreciate every keystroke of your action.
I've enjoyed it, so it's fun to see the different data about it.
Yeah,
I wish I had a better way to track the scores so you could see like an average score from everybody, but I haven't put the work in
How
to
many
do that.
drinks per week does each person have? You guys are alcoholics because you meet every 2 weeks.
And then early on, it was some people did it out of 10, some out of 5. There's 1 out of 100 on here.
Yeah.
So
Who did the 100?
that would be you.
Me? I did.
You scored a 0 out of 100 on a water.
Perfect.
Well, if it's a 0, then it can really be out of anything. It's still
Right. It could be 0 out of a bajillion.
Still the same expression.
Stanley Nichols. I mean, the unit of measure does not matter in that point.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like we didn't start like officially scoring stuff necessarily right off the bat. So like we've talked about like, man, do we find some of these old things and give them an actual rating so we could actually score everything? But yeah.
And some stuff doesn't get scored if it's been had multiple times, like a Bud Light Platinum typically doesn't get scored anymore, or a Shiner Bock.
Yeah.
I still scored the Busch Light when I had it because it needs to know its shame.
Surprisingly, Busch Light has not been had very many times.
No. It feels like
there's a reason.
It feels like it has, but that's because we have an episode where like the word bush was said like 174 times.
I don't think I want to know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the Busch Light reference, so it wasn't anything other, or was it? You'll have to watch. Go back and watch the Bush episode.
Busch Light has only been had 4 times at the current spreadsheet, which does not have yours on it yet. So that would be the 5th.
There we go.
Yeah, that episode just came out tonight. So
there was like Busch Apple and Busch Peach, I think, have been had.
Yep.
Those fall into the same category, but.
Well, for the record, I have moved on to the Arizona Hard Cowboy Cocktail Watermelon, which I thought was going to be worse because I absolutely hate watermelon flavored things. But this one is actually like a 2.5. It's a little better than the other ones because it actually has some flavor to it.
Oh.
Even if it's not a overly enticing flavor, it actually has something to it. So
Now, is that the alcohol talking, like the blueberry beer, or?
I hope not. I don't think that's quite table 9, but
I actually
Curtis is at a table 5 right now.
but even if it is, I'll take it because I'm enjoying it. So
I'm glad you're having those because I really enjoy Arizona teas and I've been wanting to try those and haven't gotten around to it.
Is it 99 cents yet still?
No, it's still not. I wish.
I just like how
want to buy it again. So
scam.
I just like how Brother Niko has now introduced a new drunkenness scale to this show based on tables.
Are you table 9 drunk? And then let's not even talk about what table 12 drunk is, because
Beyond the butter.
beyond.
Yes.
I forgot about it. I love it.
I don't think we've had too many episodes where anybody has been that drunk. I think it's only been the when we was the 3rd anniversary show when I did consume all that alcohol.
We're not that drunk.
You had to put it in 4-wheel drive to go up the steps.
That
The juice episode.
Climb out of the basement.
Oh, the juice episode was pretty bad. That one was.
I think that might have been my worst one.
Yeah. That was.
I know I used
one.
a little bit of the wall a couple times, like going up the steps, but nothing crazy.
Yeah. I remember the 3-year anniversary because I literally remember by the end of the show I was holding on to my desk because the room was spinning.
Oh no.
Oh, no. And I still needed to record the intro, and it's the only time I've done our little intro bit with people actually watching, because usually I wait till we leave the call and I'll start up a new meeting and then I'll record on this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. And I did it live in front of everybody. And so it's like I sobered up for just like one run. And I still remember JS going like, "You did really well with that." I'm like, that took everything I had to come off that sober at that moment. But
Never felt better.
yeah.
Now I've never felt better.
Yeah.
So how many years now has it been since you guys been going?
April 11th will mark 4 years. So coming up on the 4-year anniversary show.
Crazy.
Amazing.
Almost old enough to go to school.
Learn how to market this thing.
I seen on YouTube you guys had a video. You got like 10,000 hits.
That's the yeah.
Like, what?
I was like, wow.
That is Kidder did a review when he got his new phone, and that video has just constantly gotten views. So it's the most viewed video on our channel. Never really followed up on. Never. Like, we created a whole playlist called the Triple B Buzz that was all supposed to be like tech reviews and such. I think there's like 3 episodes in it. But it has the most viewed video. Was that one that Kidder did? Yep. So that is our most viewed. If I stay up on top,
need you to share it, Midnight Rocker, and then we'll actually get people to watch.
Yeah.
Going back to the butter incident, Doc, you were along for that, right?
Oh,
Niko, I know you were there. Yeah. And Howard, you were in Montana by then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very sad.
Yeah.
Do we want to share moments from that evening, or?
Usually on this show we've kind of made it the rule not to tell those embarrassing stories unless the person's here to tell it themselves. So
fair enough.
Indeed.
They may never be told.
Yeah. I
Don't even know if he's alive still.
He probably wouldn't be allowed on this podcast.
I was about to say the same thing. I don't know if he'd be allowed. I don't even know if he'd be allowed to listen to the Triple B.
Because I'm pretty sure like Kidder still has like a hit out on him because somebody did not
Better watch your back.
Yeah, I know. Like shouldn't she actually said something to that effect, didn't she? She was like, she threatened you, I remember.
I mean, I didn't know if it was directed at me or all of us, but we better watch our back. What's my back gonna do? It hurts and it itches. Like what?
I mean, it's been like 14 years now, so I think we're safe. But you know,
that's where they'll get you. right at the comfort level. Like, I've made it. And then, bam! Take you out.
Bam, your curtains get ripped down.
Curtains. Oh, goodness.
Just keep on going. Nothing happened. I didn't hear, see, or hear.
Oh, goodness.
Howard, I wish you were there for that one. I wish you were there for that.
I'm just going to say I was probably in more hot water than you guys at that point. Because I was supposed to be part of that wedding, and I told them no.
Wow.
And it was one of those, like, I had accepted and said, yes, I'll be part of it. And then when it was, hey, you're an usher, and you're going to have to rent this, like, $200 tuxedo to be part of it. And I'm like, no.
Sorry.
No, sorry, I am a poor teacher being paid below the poverty line. I can't just afford to travel, to
travel 18 hours,
pay for a hotel room, pay for food, and pay for a $200. Like, I'm sorry, I love you guys, but I can't do it. No, I'd be
in fairness, you wouldn't need a hotel room because you could have stayed with us.
Yeah, I mean. It was okay. It was just part of a good way to get out of that one.
Yes.
So
you didn't miss a whole lot. Other than this is really popular on cruise ships right now.
Yes.
5 cent, 10 cent, 20 cent, $1.
The DJ taught us the line dance.
Oh. I was like, what are you talking about? And then I remembered I skipped that whole thing.
Jealous.
Yep. I woke up the morning of and I was like, I don't want to be a party to this. And I stayed home.
Wiser man than many.
Yep.
Yeah. That's okay. My wife was at that, and she is not the biggest drinker, but being that it was a dry wedding, she knew exactly that she needed to go talk to Kidder to get hooked up and stuff.
I think that may have been part of my decision making process. I was like, I can't be around that and not have a drink. So let's stay.
I forgot that I brought a flask to that. I forgot. Thanks for reminding me.
That was one of 2 dry weddings that occurred that summer because they got married right before Lefty and I got married.
Oh, right. Yours wasn't that dry.
Well, ours was supposed to be dry because of the venue wouldn't allow us to have liquor because our security guard canceled last minute.
Good thing the parking lot doesn't count as the venue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there was alcohol flowing.
Yes.
I'm just going to say,
I have an open bar in my trunk. I have an open bar in my trunk. Let's go.
I think all of my groomsmen were packing flasks. I pretty much could because we had a bartender hired, so we turned it into like a root beer float stand. So he was serving root beer floats. So I keep walking back there. I'm like, yeah, can you just give me a glass of Coke, but only like 3/4 of the way full?
Leave room for cream. Like it's coffee. Yeah.
And I would walk back and I'd find a groomsman. I'm like, hey, can you top this off for me? Nice. They come out like, here you are. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Your reception's still been the only one I've ever been to with a balloon animal artist. So
yes. That was
good old Matt.
Yeah, that was completely unplanned. That was Derek. I don't know if you ever heard about this or Curtis, but we were when it got to our reception and kind of there's always that bit of waiting around at the reception that goes on. One of our friends, Matt, is somewhat socially awkward and. He works with a lot of handicapped individuals, people with mental issues, and he had tried to find a way to connect to them. And he decided to do that by learning how to do balloon animals, and do very elaborate ones. Nice. So he's at our reception, not with anybody, kind of just feeling alone and awkward. So he comes up to us at the front table and he just goes, "Hey, would you guys have a problem if I set up at a back table and just make balloon animals all night?" We're like, "Go for it." And so he had a line the whole night.
Yeah.
Making up the most elaborate balloon animals and handing them out to people. And people kept coming up just that is the greatest idea. And we're like, it's all him. We had
Bryce
nothing
was right.
to do with it. We actually ended up afterwards, we gifted him a very large professional balloon animal kit. Came with several 1,000 balloons in all sorts of different colors, because we were so appreciative of it. It was a huge part of the night. So
nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, that reception. So good times.
Kind of a fun and interesting fact about my wedding. I was over 21. My wife was 20,
and I wasn't invited.
Neither was I.
You may have been. You just didn't come. I don't remember. It's
right.
But my groomsmen were all under 21, and her bridesmaids were all over 21.
Swippy swappy.
Yeah, it was just a weird coincidence that it worked out that way. My one groomsman turned 21 a month after, not even a month after the wedding.
Wow.
And then my brother obviously is a few years younger than me, so it was a couple years before he turned 21. But
when was that? 2009?
8.
Would have made the trip. Had the time.
You were a very busy local personality at that time, Mark.
I was busy doing a lot of stuff. It was not as busy as the summer of 2010. So I had to go to 8 weddings and I was in 6.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah,
it's an expensive summer. But yeah,
luckily, I think we've all gotten to that age where we don't end up in wedding parties much anymore.
Yep.
No, now it's funerals. Have one tomorrow.
Yeah, no, we have gotten to that age where yes, now we know more people dying than getting married. Yeah.
Back in my day. Yeah. Anyway, rest in peace, Shanine Bartol, for helping out in the rock scene, and Chris Dingle for helping out in the Res Life and UND community.
Mm-hmm.
And Howard, I forgot to send it to you, but I don't remember if you knew Chris Dingle at UND related to the housing stuff. He worked a lot in the Wilkerson complex, specifically out of the main complex building.
The name's familiar. I'm blanking on a face, but
he was the advisor. Familiar. He was the advisor for the programming board.
Yep. And then the complex director or whatever their title turned into for the Wilkerson complex. Yeah.
Yeah. He was my boss during grad school.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, the name is familiar. I'm blanking on a face, but
did you say Charnine, Mark?
Yeah, Shanine Bartol. She passed away about a month ago from cancer.
Wow, no way.
Her funeral's tomorrow.
I think she was the one that she was at tons of shows, right? And helped put on shows and stuff.
Yeah, she was at pretty much every one of the shows. So all of the shows that you guys had, she would have been at all of them, helping to sell tickets at the door, make sure the people come in if they had pre-purchased tickets, stuff like that.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She was super sweet. Yeah.
Yep.
She was so big part of the scene there at the time.
Yep. Just had a memory as well at it was 10 or 11 years ago today that I was introing some concert and she had taken a picture. OMG, Mark Kidder, because that was always our thing back and forth. OMG, Shanine. So we'll probably, we're going to the funeral, but probably wear, some concert or rock T-shirt for the funeral. Normally would dress up and whatnot, but I kind of feel that it's fitting for her because she was a big part of the local rock scene because she was always there. She would not only help with that, but she did DJing. In fact, next door to where JS is at the Tap In Tavern, she did a lot of karaoke and very involved in the community. So very sad, but I get it.
I got a question for you guys, Howard and Mark. Here's my question. I'm going to interview you guys for a second. How'd you guys decide to get into this podcast?
I can share that. I know exactly how.
History of Howard.
So if you go all the way back to 2008, I got a job out in Montana working for the National Park Service. And when I got that job, my parents, my mom specifically, bought me and yes, I had one of these, a Microsoft Zune. So I had a Zune, and I used it mostly for music, and I could listen to the radio on it. But then I discovered that, there's these things called podcasts. And so I started listening to podcasts on different topics and that. And I thought, you know what, this could be a fun thing to do. It kind of sucked. I was living way out in Montana. I got a teaching job even further away. Thought, hey, this would be a great thing. Kidder and I would make excellent podcast hosts. And so we used to talk about once a week, just kind of chatting about it. And I pitched to him the idea of, hey, we should do a podcast. And I said, I even got a name for it. It's the Triple B, Beer, Blues, and BS. So we had the name all the way back in 2008. So kind of that 2008, 2009 time frame. And we've talked about it on and off ever since then. Part of it was I was a poor teacher. He was in radio, and it took us a while to kind of get jobs that allowed us to buy the equipment to do this, and kind of one of those things where we just got to a point. I had my son, so I was seeing Kidder less and less. I went from kind of seeing him like once a week to once a month. And so the thought was, well, let's start this thing up. Let's get it rolling. And it gives us an excuse to get together. At the time we started every week and just talk and share a drink and all of that. So that's how the Triple B came to be. But yeah, 2008, when I learned about podcasts, I had the idea to do it and had the title. And the title, Triple B, it actually is off of a joke from an old 80s movie called Strange Brew. Any of you guys familiar with Strange Brew?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
There's the joke, what would you rate this? Oh, I rated 3B. 3 beers and it's pretty good, eh? Triple B, Beer, Blues, BS. So that's it. And the title, beer, we both drink beer. Blues comes from the fact that back in high school, Kidder and I actually had a Blues Brothers act. So I was Jake, he was Elwood. So that's where the blues part comes into it. For anybody who tunes into this and go, they never really talk about blues music. yeah, it's not the blues we're referring to in that sense. And then
We do
BS,
like listening to blues music, but
yeah. And then the BS was the just what this is. It's BS is what we talk about. So that's the origin of it.
You guys, even at the very beginning of the show, kind of referred to each other as Jake and Elwood pretty regularly.
We did.
My question, other than that though, like, because it was right during 2001 when you guys started.
It 2021.
How'd you guys get the like momentum? Like, okay, we're gonna finally do this, or what was the
WrestleMania?
So, WrestleMania actually does play a part in this story. We had the equipment, we knew we wanted to do it, but the thing about starting up a podcast was we knew we needed to get signed up with a podcasting service. Usually, they want you to have at least one published episode to do that. So we actually started in March, and we recorded a month's worth of shows. And we used that the first 4 shows were kind of our test run. We didn't know what the show was going to be like. We didn't know how long it was going to be. There were things that we didn't think about, like what we were going to talk about. Like Kidder introduced the run sheet. In fact, he's the one who named what's on tap, because that's what he put on the run sheet. Was like, what's on tap? What we're drinking. And that's how that segment came to be. And so we tried it out and just got kind of 4 shows under our belt. And then episode 5, we invited Kyle, brother Niko, to join us. It was kind of the first time that we had guests on the show. And then at WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is a 2-night event, I was over at Kidder's, and Kidder watched WrestleMania, and in between all of that, I got us on YouTube. I got us on Podbeans that we were distributed. I signed us up through there, so we were distributed to all the services. So we launched on April 9th or April 11th, and that's what I did during WrestleMania. Was I launched the Triple B during WrestleMania. So that's how that came to be. But it was, we had 4 episodes in the can, and we've kind of always then had a buffer ever since then. And it's why we record the shows. It takes a while for them to come out. And that helps if somebody gets sick or we can't record for some reason. We always have a buffer. So
it's amazing.
Yeah. We've only missed 1 episode ever. 1 week ever.
In 4 years.
In 4 years. And it literally was due to a circumstance where I had to cover a site out in Medora and forgot to bring my external hard drive, and I had no way to edit the show. So we missed a week. There was just nothing we could do at that point. So, but otherwise, when we've had times where we haven't had an episode, like Kidder and I will go live, so we have tried, and as I said, only once have we ever failed, but we have otherwise had a show every week for coming up on 4 years.
You guys are super dedicated.
Yeah.
One of these years we might make it big.
Yeah. And in that time, Kidder's only missed I think it's only 3 episodes that Kidder's missed. So it's rare that he's not here. I have missed more. I took time off when my daughter was born, so I was gone for a while then. So
yeah, I think there was 2 episodes where I was there that Kidder wasn't there, and then the other one it was just you and Lefty, I think.
Yep. So there's been a few, and usually when that happens, it's because Kidder's in Vegas and he can't record on Friday night. He has to record on Saturday night, and
when he's in the hotel.
Yeah,
I watched that one.
Yeah, and so it's one of those.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so usually, and usually, when he's not there, it's not that he couldn't. I just use that as a time usually to recover our buffer. So I find somebody else they're on. We add another episode to the buffer. So, because we usually lose one sometime here in the winter. Like we'll lose one because this week we're recording a 2-hour show instead of 2 1-hour shows. So our buffer will go down by 1. We'll pick it up again probably again in August when Kidder goes to Vegas. That's how it works.
You guys have been doing an amazing job, though, by the way. Last 4 years.
Appreciate it. Checks in the mail.
I mean, like, what was it? You guys gave me my own episode early on, which is super amazing. And like, even if you Google, like when I Google my name, it'll come up like your guys' podcast, Midnight Rocker. And I was like, yeah. And I've actually used that to get into certain sites where they're like, we need certification that you're a public figure. And I'm like, oh yeah, beer, and blues guys. Have me on a podcast. So it's kind of nice. So I appreciate that for you guys.
There we go, Kidder. We're lending credibility to influencers out there.
Waiting for that return to come back.
Oh, for sure. I always shout you guys out.
For the record, I have finished the fourth flavor of the Arizona. The strawberry. It was actually, I saved it at the end because I was like, that's the flavor profile I'll probably like the most. This is maybe a 1.5. It's actually quite nasty, and I'm glad it's done.
That's crazy considering you're on table 7 right now.
I know.
You made it on all 4 corners of Arizona.
It's probably a good thing I didn't start with that one then. Huh?
Local Geek, do we need to do one of these?
I'm still working on the Mickeys, but go for it if you want to.
I was good at
what's
2 minutes, Kidder. 2-minute warning. 2 minutes.
2 minutes till the end of the show?
2 minutes till the end of the show, till I say the thing.
Time flies.
Well, I better save this Robert the Bruce for later then.
Yeah.
And have something else.
Next week after the mini DNA.
Have a Mickey's.
Well, I'm closing out with an ice house, so I have to get all of that.
Make a clean palate, like a whiskey.
I know.
Shot of whiskey. Yeah, Local Geek had me look for the Robert the Bruce when I headed down to the Des Moines way, so then could actually pick up some stuff that isn't distributed around here. So right now I'll have the old Shiner Buck. Might as well end up the 200th episode with
give us a rating.
The classic Spätzle Brewing Company, the official brewery of Farva.
Been a while since one of those has been on.
Man, that tastes good.
That's because I don't think we've ever been nice to the Spätzle Brewery, and we keep trying to get it to be the official beer of Farva.
Hey, I'm nice to them when I have a Bock, one of their Shiner Bocks. These are delicious. The other stuff, you know what? Maybe stick to what you're good at. I'm just going to say that, okay? Seasonal beers, not your thing, okay? I'm sorry. But we'll still take your sponsorship and we'll take your money, please.
I keep hoping that they'll bring the Trail Mix beer back, because if so, I am so buying some for the rest of you. Because that stuff was just weird.
That doesn't sound like.
I feel like I had that.
It smells like Trail Mix. It tastes like Trail Mix, like pretzels and chocolate, and it is
I've
like
had
liquid.
that one.
Ugh.
The notion of drinking something that smells and tastes like Trail Mix is just no.
That was my kind of take on it. I think we actually made a short out of it because my reaction to it was pretty good. So this beer, it's from the Spätzle Brewery, coming to us from Shiner, Texas. That's right, the official beer of Farva. It is a Shiner Trail Ale. It's a Trail Mix inspired ale. 6% alcohol by volume. Ale brewed with chocolate, nuts, dried fruit, and with natural flavors added. Gross.
That sounds worse than an IPA.
Oh man, that actually smells like trail mix. Like usually you smell the beer and you get like maybe a whiff of one of the flavors out of it, but no, it smells like a can of liquid trail mix.
It smells like salty pretzels and peanuts.
Yeah, with chocolate and a little bit of like raisins or cranberries. Oh yeah.
Oh man,
and that's what it tastes like too.
Oh man.
It actually tastes like trail mix.
Do you want to drink trail mix?
Not really.
Couple pieces before the thing comes up is in hockey news once again. St. Cloud was in Omaha this evening. St. Cloud stayed Huskies 3, the Omaha Mavericks 6.
Hi-oh.
Very good. And then I picked up a few more UND alumni Tyson Jost Avalanche cards. So that's kind of
nice.
Kind of neat with
where'd you get them from?
Finding some foil cards.
Sweet.
And things like that. Even these Canadian ones, this is bizarre. They're a Canadian player card, but they're a third smaller than regular.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's smaller.
Regular sports cards. But,
where'd you get them, Mark?
A couple various places on the interwebs, so then I don't have to buy a bunch of packs for them. And some of these are from a couple years ago, but add those to the Jost collection, as I've been sharing with you over the years. And it still makes me sad about Rantanen being traded. But
yeah. I'm glad I got you that the gift I gave you for Christmas, because you keep seeming to get more cards. So
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you haven't opened yours? I haven't opened mine either.
All right, is that what we're
right back
to do?
there.
Should add a spoiler alert there, I guess. Apparently.
Apparently.
Got a magnet.
Might have to blur it out, Mark.
That there.
It's a marital aid.
Look at that dinosaur. Excuse me.
I thought maybe it'd be like a Minnesota Wild jersey.
Just for the record, I have a trash can right here. So.
Oh.
We've jumped the shark, especially on this show.
Every episode.
Yes.
He's right there.
Howard's got his too somewhere. So
I was about to comment that I was disappointed that there was no like unboxing from Mark on this episode, because I feel like every that I've been at prior to this, he was unboxing things.
Yeah,
I literally was about to say I was disappointed there was no unboxing, but yet you deliver. So
good thing that we're here. I'm also disappointed in the level of tape on this box. There's only one strip,
and it's not duct tape.
I'm not gonna lie. My wife wrapped it before I even got a chance to see it, so she was just that on top of things.
All right, fair enough.
So,
is it a Pokemon thing?
I was gonna say it's a Pokemon scrapbook.
Yeah, kind of Pokemon colors.
It has those colors. So
got ourselves
awesome.
Got to catch them all.
Little briefcase. Look at this. Open it up. Look at that.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's storage for all your top loaders. So all of these great hockey cards that you're getting and that you're putting in the hard case, you now have a place to store them, good sir.
There we go. Number one.
Yeah.
Ha ha! The day is mine.
Yeah. See?
Well, thank you. What is this? Ocean?
Listen, I just bought the box. I don't know what else is in it.
I was like, is it a Jimmy hat?
It might be an Asian Jimmy hat. I don't know.
Good for a pinky.
Ocean 10. I don't know what that means.
You're gonna feel the motion of the ocean using that. That's what that means.
Too much motion. Too much.
It's just an oxygen absorber.
There we go.
And on that bit of humor that probably is going to throw our family-friendly rating, into question. Kidder, we've been talking for quite a while. It's time we wrap this show up. And to do that, we need some cheap plugs.
Lots of questions indeed. All right. So first thing, beerbluesbs.com, right here on the shirt. And if you're watching this on the video version, not only can you see my shirt, but Future Howard's putting the graphic up right now that says beerbluesbs.com, because that's our website. Please visit it and visit it often, because we have lots of stuff on there, from the links to our social media, to our audio podcast, to the video podcast, and the store. Muy importante. Please visit it right now. beerbluesbs.com. beerbluesbs.com. Also a link right over to our Streamlabs page, where you can donate and subscribe for as little as $1 a month. The dollar goes directly to us to help starving podcast hosts continue this show for another year or month or week. Really, whatever comes first. And so we would appreciate your dollar or more at streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. Also, on the bottom of your screen, if you're watching the video version, if you're listening to this on any of the wonderful platforms we're a part of, they're in the show notes. So just check the show notes and click the link for more and help us continue to strive to bring you the podcast excellence that we have been doing for almost 4 years. We are on Spotify, Pandora, Stitcher, TuneIn, IMDb, Player FM. We are on Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, and probably a few more. So on any of the audio versions, if you have a podcast service that you like to listen to, search beerbluesbs.com or Beers, Blues, and BS, and then you may find us on there. If you have accounts on any of the services, just please search for it and subscribe, like us, share. That'd be great. beerbluesbs.com and Beer, Blues, and BS. Live look at JS. He has now turned the camera toward the other door, and we are getting a live look at him doing some massive texturing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wall. Paint it.
Yeah, you texture that wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, put them on the glass.
Maybe buy a pint glass. Speaking of glass, you can get one of those at streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. We have the pint glasses available for you there, and the t-shirts. You want to get a classy t-shirt, or maybe it's been a week t-shirt, or I Heart Kidder. Those are all on there. And the proceeds go directly to us, which we put directly back into the show to keep it going. So we're not creating a trust fund for Local Geek's future brewing projects. Sorry, Local Geek. We're just trying to keep this thing on the air, because it's like $120 a month minimum.
Fair.
Feel ya.
So there's that.
Feel ya.
Sorry. But thanks for the fireworks. It's a good fireworks show.
Yeah, got to celebrate that 200.
Well,
Before you guys go, I just wanted to say congratulations, you guys, on 200. Amazing. And that you guys have stuck it out the whole time and never gave up. Super amazing. There's a lot of people that give out at 20. And all to the guests that didn't, been here, including myself also, but it's a fun cast. It's always a pleasure for me to come on and chit chat with everybody. And I always tell people, especially my socials, like, check out the podcast. It's great. Everybody's friendly, funny, just a great environment. Once you get to know everybody from each episode, it gets funnier and funnier and funnier and funnier. So, but congrats from me to you guys on the big 200.
Appreciate that, Midnight Rocker. And of course, your socials, you're all over Instagram. You got the Facebook, you got Twitch, of course. And guess what? We do too. We're all over all of those too. Beer Blues BS on Facebook, Beer Blues BS on Instagram. For you, you got the Midnight Rocker 101 on Twitch. And on Insta, right?
Twitch, X, Twitter, TikTok so far. Cameo, everything between the sun there, and then as soon as my other songs come, we'll be on Spotify too. So looking forward to that.
And we are looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, thank you
forward
guys.
to hearing from you. This is good
Appreciate
stuff. I was getting distracted by watching the texturing happen over here.
Oh no! Frosted her like a cupcake.
Shake it like a salt shaker.
Oh, he knows he's in trouble. Did you see how quickly he ran after that?
Yep. It's too bad that he can't see our reactions from that, but
he can when he watches the show.
Now the time, I think that is one of the most enjoyable parts of the show is the final thoughts. Howard, which order shall we go in, and would you like to go first?
You know what? Save mine. But let's hit some of the guests. I don't know how the Midnight Rocker is going to top his comment. That was pretty much a perfect final thought from him. So,
you have any addendums to your final thought, Midnight Rocker? Drink beer and
I don't know,
drink often.
Kind of hard to shoot it. Me and you guys, like, I started Twitch about maybe 7 months, 8 months before you guys on my Twitch. So we kind of started at the same time on like the broadcasting type of system. But known Mark forever, met Howard through the podcast, but I always enjoyed listening to the podcast. Makes me it's a totally different experience from live to recorded, but I always enjoyed being on here though, for sure. Like, just, you guys are just good people, and all the guests are good people, and like I said, you guys never gave up, which is amazing. Most people give up, like, oh, we can't make it. You guys are still going 4 years later. So that's incredible. Keep going. Don't worry about the numbers and all that. Just keep doing what you're doing, and things will go good. So that's all,
Never give up.
Yep,
never surrender.
Yep, that's right.
All right. Midnight Rocker, appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Local Geek, you still blowing up over there. So any other final thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to echo kind of what Midnight Rocker said. Congrats on the 200th, and thanks for letting me participate in a little over a quarter of the episodes you guys have done so far. It's been really fun, and glad you're always happy to have me and all the other guests on as well. It's always fun to meet some of your other friends that are in different circles than mine.
Always happy to share, and that's what the tavern is all about. The Triple B Old Smith Tavern. Old Smith Tavern. What do we got?
Town Smith.
The Town Smith. We're adding so many words to the tavern that we're not going to have a sign big enough for the front door. No wonder people kick it in every week.
I was going to say the front door is probably busted at this point.
It doesn't work. There's no front door. We can't shut the damn thing. That's what it's all about, bringing everybody together. Niko, brother Niko, calling in from Dan South. Any thoughts from you?
No, not really. I mean, like I said, just congratulations on 200. Appreciate you letting me being part of it. And yeah, here's to 200 more, I guess.
Please, no. Yes. Indubitably. Yes, indeed. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you being here. And also, the Doc from far out west. This time out west, before you were up north. So really appreciate you coming on for a couple weeks in a row here, having a good time. So final thoughts for you.
Yeah, no, I was thank you for having me. It's a good time. It's a nice way to stay connected with y'all, particularly being this far away. And again, congratulations on 200 episodes. And I think next time I'm going to go with things I know, because I've tried to be adventurous the past couple times and it has not worked out. So
it provides good content.
I was just gonna say that
for you.
One
would
have content. Yes. Awesome. Yeah. I love it. All right, Howard. You have heard the round robin. Everybody said. I mean, JS hasn't spoken, but you want to speak, JS? You can hear me. Hold on. Hear us. Let me. Oh, I can't unmute you. Howard has to unmute you.
I can't unmute him either.
You can't unmute him either. Oh,
no, we have the power to mute, but not to unmute.
Well, what kind of crack corn?
So that you can't like listen in on people when they don't want you to. Are you a
I
creeper?
suppose that makes sense.
What is this show all about anyway? JS for the win, and Mrs. JS.
Yes, we have the groomer extraordinaire here. She's been quite handy and quite dirty. She got in a little bit of crossfire here, but oopsies.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch the episode for that.
Yeah. Show him the back shot, honey. No, I know. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
Throw a spackler.
Final thoughts, wife, what do you got?
Tired. Good job, guys. Yeah. Jamie gave me the money shot, so we're all good.
Everyone loves a comeback story.
I got so much crap at the beginning of this episode for a misphrased thing. You guys are throwing this stuff out.
But that's just the frosting on top, Howard. It's fine.
Right. Learn how to do some of this. Make yourself handy. Make yourself useful. I mean, I know it's not for everybody. Everyone's got their own skills, but learn a skill. Learn something. Be useful when the shit hits the fan instead of the one that everyone has to drag around and hold up. Be able to hold your own weight.
If the women don't find you handsome,
they better find you handy.
Got to get the suspenders and the damn flannel just to make sure that works. Right? You got to do the Quando Omni Fluncus Moritati. All right, exactly. Sit down. It's amazing how many people know the Red Green references who have never seen Red Green, or maybe just a couple episodes, because around here it aired on Prairie Public.
Oh yes, yes it did.
I watched. That was one of the 3 channels that I had growing up, so I watched a lot of Red Green.
I loved when we went to Grand Forks and we had CBC on the local cable, so I could actually watch Red Green. And Howard's favorite, Corner Gas. Or what was the other one, Howard? Because there's Corner Gas, Red Green. This hour has 22 minutes, which was always hilarious. And then the movie show, Movie Maker, kind of drama show.
Oh, I don't remember the name of it. I just remember that the theme song is Blow a High Dough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll come to us later.
Yeah.
Or future Howard will insert it here.
Come to the closet with me.
No.
Oh, boy.
I refuse.
Into the closet we go.
For Pete's sakes, Howard, close us out now.
I do not consent. There's a washer there.
The last episode I was on, JS was sitting in the shower, so
that's kind of normal.
JS is gonna get stuck in the washer and ask Step Podcast, what's going on?
Help me, Stepcast. I'm stuck.
Oh, we better wrap this up before future Howard starts swearing. So.
Yes.
So, I was gonna say my final thought. I mentioned I would do this at the in the pre-show. So, because we've hit 200 episodes, I think it's time that I finally reveal there's been an Easter egg that I've been hiding in episodes since episode 82. So 118 some episodes that if you are close-eyed and watching, you would find that I've been hiding Where's Waldo inside episodes. So he has been in the background of many of the people who are on the screen. He has shown up in pictures once or twice in a thumbnail when we've done a live episode, but he has been in every single episode since episode 82. So reason to go back and see if you can find Waldo. Sometimes I'm not going to lie, I hit him really hard in a couple of places. So good luck. But something to go back and look for. And I'm telling you this now because I'm going to come up with some new Easter egg to start hiding starting probably in episode 201. So happy hunting with that. And that's why I decided to be my final thought instead of some sort of wisdom thing, because it has been actually a pretty crappy week. And I decided to end on a happy note. So with that, Kidder, back to you to close us out.
All right. Got your final thoughts. We got the show 200 in the bin. We'll see what kind of win we can have in the future. So for everybody who's been here currently and in the past, appreciate you being here and part of the show. I am still Mark Kidder. Thank you for being here. This and every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Remember, there's free beer tomorrow. Got to keep your glass at least half full. And we will catch you on down that risque Tuscan highway. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
Curtis, how you doing?
Good well. Can't complain.
Excellent. Like how we're all saving conversation for this show. We need Kidder to get here.
Yeah.
The Howard Kidder. Special occasion, right? Show number 200. Well done. And I'm going to commemorate that with a little What's on Tap in Absentia at the Ruby Red Ale from Zonda Manufacturer. So 1/3 liter. Let's say red ale, as the name suggests, and it is 5.9%. I already popped the lid and that's good. You know what else is good? 200 episodes of the Triple B. Well done. And keep those glasses half full.
It's not bad. The lemon hits a little different at first.
It does. It's definitely not like Liney's.
Yeah, I like it just because it's not too sweet. Wish I had a little more sour taste on the front end. But yeah, it's a good change up from what Liney's offers.
I'll get around to trying that one eventually.
I had mine in the fridge for quite some time. They don't go bad, I don't think.
Welcome.
What's up, Niko?
Ooh, hello. What's up, Curtis?
Hello.
I like how so far everybody's been like super happy and surprised Curtis has been here.
It's good to see him.
Mine was just mostly a joke because he was only on the one episode. Some people only show up for one episode and never come back. I guess technically 2 episodes, but one night.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. We've had a few guests who they pop in once and then we don't get them back, but that's pretty rare actually.
We get the invite out to Midnight Rocker.
I didn't, but it seemed like Kidder was talking to everybody, and and so he was letting me know when people would be joining, like Mr. Clinton Cunanan. So
welcome.
I knew he was coming. At this rate, everybody Kidder invited is going to be here before Kidder.
Yes.
Oh, Kidder's not here yet? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I'm late.
Must have some grand intro planned. He's finalizing, and
I don't know. I asked him, I'm like, what time did you tell everybody we were starting? Because I was afraid I was going to be late. And he's like, oh, around 9. I'm like, okay. Well, if it's 9:10, you start without me if I'm late. I'm still here first. There he is. Let him get his ears on and
for you. Wah, 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 wah.
Well, I'll wait 10 minutes while he adjusts his settings.
Somebody's got to record this. Oh, update now.
At this
yeah,
rate,
my
Kyle's
laptop has an update too.
At this rate, Kyle's going to have to leave before we even start.
yeah, I've got a 5:30 start tomorrow morning for OT. So
5:30? You mean PM?
Sioux, what you complaining about? That ain't a mid.
yeah, I do a week of those starting Sunday night.
Of course you do.
Yeah. As is
oh
tradition.
Man, look at that. Local geeks just sprung for
balloons.
For all those balloons.
That's an upgrade from episode 100 when Clinton wrote it on a note card and held it on.
There it is.
Still got it.
There it is.
You're gonna have to cross off that 1 and make it a 2.
It's kind of funny though. I mean,
yeah.
That's how she goes. 2002.
He's just prepared for in the future.
Yeah. I'm just wondering now why my audio isn't doing the thing here.
Because you were the last one to sign in, as is traditional.
Not the last.
Move the furniture.
You just blur your background. Just saying.
No, because then Howard can't put up album covers and different things on the things behind me. So
I haven't done that in like 100 episodes.
But you've done it before.
Yeah. I mean, there's still that Easter egg I've been putting in since like episode 82. So. Yeah.
Doesn't do our audio only listeners any good.
No.
Some audio Easter egg.
No. I'll share on the show because I figured I might change it to something else starting now that we're into the 200.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, a new Easter egg,
Yeah. So I figured I'd go with the old one.
Yeah. So, I like it.